want them to invest. I want all of these guys to do very, very well. Like that weighs on me. Like if I'm the guy at the end of the day that made it to the top and I'm by myself,
what does that
sucks.
do?
Like that's the worst. That is the absolute worst. So my vision is I want to take my core guys team and we all go up together. You know what I mean?
So you got the Cherokee 6. All right.
Is that how we're starting?
Yeah, we're just
right at the top.
We're jump into that.
You're not going to go, hey, my name's Chris Taylor. It's in the caption somewhere.
Yeah, read the captions.
Welcome to the pod, everybody. The real pod was before we started.
Yes, that's
right.
right.
You know.
So, dude, how nice is it to be able to jump in your airplane with your family and be able to just take off?
It's amazing, man. It really is. And that's what I was telling you a little bit ago. So my dad had a small airplane, had a 150, a 2-seater.
Yeah.
So I learned how to fly since I was flying with him at 9 or 10. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
So I learned the ropes, learned all this stuff, and kind of loosely flew just as a private pilot, just for fun. And so when we started Yellowhammer, it was just so busy. I mean, you know how it is starting a business. I mean, it was 18 hours a day, 6 to 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And so flying kind of just went to the wayside. And so that small airplane, we still have it, but it's like, it's been 10 years since it's been started.
Yeah.
You know? And as you know, that is like the worst for engines.
That's the worst. You gotta use
all that stuff. So it's kind of sat in the field. So then I had a friend of mine, Kenneth Havens, who I think has he been on your podcast?
He hasn't, no, but
you got to get him on. Ken's great. So A1 Sanitation, A1 McDuffie Sanitation.
Yep.
Close enough. Sorry, Ken. Sorry.
We'll put captions in. We'll put it at the bottom.
And then do a throwback to our podcast from like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, great dude. So he was interested in flying. So it was cool because we together got a 172.
Yeah.
Super cheap, super old.
Much cheaper than planes are now.
Oh, yeah. It was like this was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
4 years ago, maybe 4 or 5. So yeah, just super cheap. It hadn't been flown in a while. So we got into that. And I'm very thankful because that was the kick that kind of got me back into aviation. Because man, like even the whole time I've been doing Yellowhammer, anytime I walk outside, and you're probably the same way. If a plane flies over, I'm like,
I want to be up there.
Yeah, I'm like, what kind of plane is that? I'll get my little 4Flight app, you know, and I'm like tracking it. I'm like, what is that a 172? Is that a 182? You know? So I just love watching airplanes. I always have. And I even fly remote control airplanes.
Oh, really?
I'm that nerd.
Yeah.
I'm such a nerd. Like when I was a kid, I would build the remote control airplanes. So
go to Hobbytown, US.
Yes, dude, Hobbytown. And they taught me how to, because my first one, when I flew it, I'll never forget this, dude. I was probably 9 or 10, and it was the glider. You remember the electric gliders with the planes?
Yeah.
So my dad threw it, and I just pulled back on it and just, and it just destroyed it. And so I was destroyed. I mean, it was the worst. So Hobbytown taught me how to fly.
Yeah.
So I brought it down. You know, they had that little airfield or whatever.
Yep.
And the guy did the weight and balance. I didn't know you had to do weight and balance on them. And so he does weight and balance, and it was super tail heavy. And he goes, well, dude, this is why it stalled. Like, it's not even, you know, so he put a bunch of coins and balanced it out and then threw it. And I'm horrified thinking this whole thing's going to wreck it. Like, I'm going to relive my trauma, you know. He threw it and it flew so beautifully. You know? And then he flew it up, hands me the controls.
And you
goes,
get to fly.
And he's like, you learn how to do this.
Yeah.
So my theory is every pilot, I think, should fly remote control airplanes.
Yeah.
Because you get to see the controls from the outside. Like, as you know, when you're inside an airplane, you're doing a stall. Like you don't understand what the airframe's doing. You're just like, oh, I just had a tummy tickle and now the nose went over. But when you see it from the outside, you're like, oh,
that's what's happening.
This is why you don't want to stall it at 100 feet.
Yeah.
But I'm good to stall it at 1,000 feet or whatever. Right.
Because you can recover.
Yeah. So you just get to see all the like. So yeah, that's my theory for every pilot. I'm like, learn how to fly an RC airplane. It'll make you a better pilot.
Vic got me into the RC airplane because he's always had one. He had helicopters. He had
always into something.
He's always into something. Yeah. So the first one I had was a glider, and he had a little motor on top. And it would start it, it'd get it up in the air, and then, you know, it'd run out of fuel. And then you just glide it, man.
Glide it back in.
And so, you know, it was always the hard part when it was facing you because everything was back. You know, it was back.
And you learned this too.
And so you learned that. But it does help you understand when you fly an RC plane, like, hey, this is how it all works. Yeah. You know, and then landing it and stuff like that takes some practice.
It does.
And everybody crashes them.
It's just like a real airplane. Like it takes practice to dial that in. So Kenneth and I bought a 172, and he had a friend that was interested, Josh Stringer, great dude.
Yeah.
So then Josh came in, and then I was on a field trip with my kid. This is how ridiculous I am. So, because I'm always just, thinking and connecting, So one of Judah's friends, my son I was at the field trip with, one of his friends, I heard him yakking about his dad flying an airplane. And I literally went up to the kid and I was like, hey kid, I was like, did you say something about an airplane? Yeah, my dad's taking a flight. I was like, hey kid, I was like, what's the thing? He was like, yeah, my dad's taking lessons. So I was like, is your dad here? He goes, yeah, he's standing right over there. So I literally went up to him. I was like, hey, you flying airplanes? You can tell Murdoch. Like, who are you, dude? Like, what are you talking about? I was like, do you want to buy into an airplane? He goes, yeah, I've kind of been looking for a group. You got a group? I was like, sure do. So we had lunch with the guys and they were like, this dude seems solid. So Murdoch's been great. So now it's me, Kenneth, Josh, and Murdoch. And we've partnered now on 3 airplanes. So the 172 we first bought, we updated it and sold it. Then we bought a 182 and we did the same thing. Overhauled the engine, new avionics, the whole thing. We just sold that one a couple weeks ago. And then we've got the Cherokee 6, which is a 6-seater. Yeah. And so now these guys want a freaking Cirrus. And I'm like,
they want to go fast.
I'm like, guys, I don't know. I may have to fold at the moment. So y'all go do, go do your own thing. But it's fun, man. It's a good group. They we're all business owners. Yeah. And so what's funny is we're all like alphas. So we do it our way. We do it our process. And so the fights have been fun too. Cause we had a couple of those, we butt heads and
you're like, this is the way you do the checklist.
I know. I'm like, no, you run it like this, no, you don't, so it's really, but every time we've always resolved it. You know what I mean? We always figured it out.
That's good.
All right. And Josh is always cool. He goes, guys, listen, he goes, we're 4 alpha dogs in here. So he goes, we got to chill out for a little bit and just take a breath. And everyone,
he's the reconciler.
Yeah, he is. But he's also freaking 100% gas pedal. You know what I mean? Like this dude only hits the gas pedal. I'm the brake in the group. Yeah. So I'm the guy that's like, whoa, wait a minute. Oh, what's that payment going to be? And what's the insurance? And what's this? And what's that? And Josh is like, we doing it, boy. Like gas down and just going. But yeah, Josh has always been the one that said, hey, like we're 4 alphas. Let's cool the temperature down a little bit. We'll figure it out. And we always do. So it's been fun, man. But pros and cons of a partnership. Mostly pros though. You know what I mean? Like the financial responsibility and the cost is shared with the group, and we've got a great system in a way that we do.
Because I'm sure you've done the cost analysis of owning a plane yourself. I mean, I've done it many times, and it's expensive. Like
it really is.
And people that are not in aviation, they totally don't understand. No. Yeah, they really think they're like, oh my God, you own an airplane? Right. Like you must
be printing, dude.
You must have $10 million. Like, well, it's a 1976. Yeah. Like it's older than I am.
So dude, the way Murdoch classifies airplanes is by presidents.
Yeah.
So he goes, guys, we're flying a Nixon right now. Yeah. He goes, I'm just trying to get us to Obama or Bush or somebody, that was like something that was built before while we were still alive, because now we're flying a 73.
Right.
None of us were
to Clinton.
Yeah, Clinton something. So like it's so funny. So the plane they're looking at now, I'm like, guys, you guys are up in like the Trump era right now. Now it's all so everything's about presidents. But yeah, no one realizes that. I mean, we're flying things that are 70 years old.
But they made them so well.
They did.
And so a lot of people don't understand, like, even though it's a 1970 model airplane, like they're still making that same type of model airplane. They haven't changed it much. Maybe they've changed it a little bit over the years.
Tweak it here and there.
But I mean, that airplane's solid.
It is.
And it goes through so many rigorous tests.
So when we bought the Cherokee 6, one of the ADs on it was a wing spar crack, because they had a flight school. Like
and it's one of the main. It's one of the main.
It's a flight school airplane.
Yeah.
So they had a flight school just pounding it day after day. Bad landing. I think it was in Florida, so it was by the saltwater. So it's a mix of just cranking that spar and also the salt.
Yeah.
And I think it fractured, and I want to say some people died. And so the FAA was like, "Whoa, wait a minute, what happened here?"
Yeah.
So then they put out an AD. To have that wing span respected. And it's an eddy current test, which is really cool. I watched the guy do it. So before we bought the Cherokee, he put the little eddy current, it's like a little like pencil looking thing,
right?
But it's running electrical signals, so he can see if there's fractures in this. It's really neat. So we had to remove these bolts, do this whole thing. He ran the Eddy test and was like, guys, this is a super clean airplane. He's like, I don't see any problems here, which we knew it was like one airplane out of thousands, you know, but they still want to be safe and they still want to be preventative. If they don't want more crashes in the future. So yeah, passed the Eddy spar, did all that stuff. Yeah. So it was cool.
People are going to watch the first part of this podcast and be like, these guys are nerds.
Nerds, dude. Nerds. I came out here for business. And this guy flies remote control airplanes.
Well, who are these guys?
I'm going to Huberman. Now, I'm going over to another podcast, dude. I'll go back to Rogan, dude. These guys are clowns.
So we will talk about business. I mean, we're both in business. You know, I do want to hear the story of Yellowhammer, and some people have heard it. Some people understand, you know, kind of where it has come from. I remember it as just a trailer. I think, I mean, I've heard stories that it started before that. You know, even in your mind and in your vision. Tell us a little bit about like the vision years and years ago of where Yellowhammer started.
It came out of really wanting to have a company that was people focused and not just, you know, profit focused, you know, and just, I hate corporate America. I've worked in a couple of like corporate gigs. Something in my soul is just like, I can't, I just can't do it. You know what I mean? I can do it for a couple of years, but then I get antsy and I'm like, so it's something I thought about forever and honestly hoped someone else would do it. I was like, so I had this, I thought I was a genius. I was like, why? So I would watch, I'm like you, like, I know you watch models and watch things and go, that's interesting. That's interesting. So I'd watch these food trucks come online and the hot dog truck or the burger truck or the taco truck or whatever. 6 months to a year later, they'd go out of business. And I'm like, man, why is that? And then I asked the question, because I had a background at Starbucks in college. So then I was like, why has no one ever thought about putting a Starbucks inside one of those things and trying that? That's different. Like that would be something I've never seen before. So I thought I was a genius. I was like, I am the smartest guy. No one's ever done this, you know? So then of course I got on Google and found tons of coffee trailers out there. I was like, oh, maybe I'm not as smart as I thought I was.
It's like, I want to use.
So then I started interviewing those guys. There was a guy in Texas I called, interviewed him. There's a couple other people around the nation. And it just sat, I sat with it and I was like,
what year was this?
This is probably 2015. So I just sat on it and I was like, oh, please don't make me be the one to do this. Like, please let someone else come up with this idea and just do it and we'll see how it goes. So I sat on it and sat on it and sat on it. And finally I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like it's so what I say is like, I hedged against regret. So, and that's how I try to live my life. Like I knew that at some point I would be on my deathbed saying, man, I wish I'd have tried that. Like it probably would have failed, but I wish I'd have I had an idea and I wish I'd have like tried it, you know? So as soon as that clicked in my brain and I was like, all I'm doing is hedging against regret. It's probably not going to work, but man, if it does, like that'd be crazy. But even if it doesn't, I don't have to die with the regret. Like I tried it, you know? And so that was kind of the thing that it came out of. But I wanted a company that was focused really on people and healthy culture. And I didn't like the corporate kind of just nepotistic, you know, here's all the corporate jargon and all that stuff. And so what's hard now is we're getting to a size where we have to engage more corporate thinking and corporate levels.
But you can still have the small business type feel. You know, the culture can still be that same.
We try to. So my regional manager, he has a term. He says, I'm trying to think of what he says. He says, we want to systemize authenticity. And I'm like, oof, I don't think those two words work together. He's like, I think we have to make them work. And I'm like, man, that's good. So he's done a whole track where he's built out just our language, how we speak, how we talk to people, how we talk to our friends, which are our customers. So we even changed what we call them. So if you come in, you're not a customer, you're a friend. Like, Chris, what's up, friend? Like instead of, you know, and Disney went with the whole guest.
They did.
They're a guest, right? It just felt too formal to us. And we were like, man, I don't know. It feels a little like too high end for us. But so we reworked our whole language model. We reworked how we do things. We look for things now. If you're on a road trip, we're looking for it. If you're heading to the beach, we're looking for it. Like we're looking for these moments to make something special in your day. And when we find, I mean, we have a whole budget built out. So our team can give away a certain amount of coffee if they feel like they should.
Yeah.
So, and that goes all the way down to barista level. So back in the day, if someone's crying in the drive-through or whatever, and don't abuse this. Every time, like, oh God, the worst day ever. It's been terrible. I'll take 2. Yeah, don't abuse this. I'm sharing inside.
One of those Jones Colas that you got.
I'm sharing inside baseball here. Don't abuse it. But we do have a system built in. So back in the day, it was like someone would be like, hey, man, I really want to comp this. Let me go find the shift lead or the manager. So we've empowered it all the way down. The barista can make that call. And we have budgets built in for every single store based on last month's revenue, right? So we look at those, and it is a percentage that we give away because we wanted generosity to be one of our things.
Right.
Like, we're not here to just print profits and make money. And we were talking about that earlier. It's really tough in coffee to do it anyway. But we wanted to, we just wanted to empower our entire company to see our community through a generosity lens. And I just did a talk with our company last week. I just shot a quick video and put it out there. And I'm like, guys, we have to be so grateful for every single person that decides to come and see us, because there's tons of other good coffee shops, and we just have to be grateful. Instead of seeing 50 cars in the drive-thru and go, oh boy, I don't think I can get through this. No, see those cars and say, thank God, I've got a job. Like, we're still making it. We're still being successful, And so it's just changing the mindset of just generosity in our hearts and showing that generosity to our friends. And we've even systemized that.
Well, and I've told, I was in the restaurant business just for a short period of time. And
what did you do?
We had a barbecue restaurant in Bayou La Battery, Alabama.
Yeah.
So
was that building that we got to get?
Yeah.
That was the building?
That was the building.
You know how many comments we got on that? I've had so many people be like, I saw Michael Gibson at the fair, and he's like, you guys are doing that, right? And I was like, we'll see.
Well, currently it is pending sales.
Is it really?
Yeah.
You're selling it.
I'm selling it.
I can't ask you how much on the pod, can I? You can tell me.
I don't care.
What's the price on it?
I got it appraised for $290. I listed it for $269.
Okay.
And these people offered $245. And so
done deal. What are they going to do?
Well, pizza place.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So maybe by this time this comes out, maybe it's
already closed.
Maybe it's already closed.
Maybe it's already started. They may already have the pizza ovens fired up in there.
Or it may be still for sale.
Well, hit me up. Hit me up. You never know.
So I mean, it's I bought it from Vaughn. So I don't know if you remember. Vaughn had a restaurant. She had a restaurant in the Bayou. Vaughn Larson. Then she had one downtown, I think, on St. Francis Street.
Okay.
And so
that name is so familiar.
I think you would know Vaughn and Paul.
Okay.
Paul Larson. But she decided, hey, I need to sell this building. I'm not going to do anything with it in Bayou La Battery. And we wanted to do something. So me and a guy named Jack LaStorca started a barbecue restaurant. Did it for about 2 years, and it's hard. Look, the restaurant business is brutal. It's unbelievably brutal. When you talk about things like waste,
margins are so small.
Payroll, and it's
24/7.
It's 24/7
because when your store's closed, the ice maker's broke, the plumbing is leaking, the toilet needs to be fixed,
and all that's still running.
It's still cranking in the back end.
Yeah,
and it just someone just quit.
Yeah,
someone just walked out.
Yeah.
Now you're dealing with a 1-star review on Google. And this is all in the off hours, right? And then you get the crap beat out of you, and then you show up and turn the open sign back on the next day.
You have those good friends that will look out for you too. And I had one, he came in to eat, and he takes a picture of of the view from his table into the kitchen, and like on top of one of our cabinets was like no. No, not the rat.
You're like, I got Ratatouille back here, man. He's gonna get your food.
No, it was like a big old bottle of Pepto-Bismol. So I don't know if that's worse than a rat. He's like, I think you need to take that down.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, I have that I have friends text me all the time. Had a horrible experience here. And, and I'm thankful because we go back and look at footage and we're like, oh man, team members having a bad day. Let's coach them through it, how to be better.
Right.
So I'm so thankful for people. I'd much rather get that text.
Give me honesty.
Yes.
Give me honesty.
And we can fix it.
Yes.
So what drives me nuts is people that just go get online because they have a bad experience. They give you a 1-star and we're like, oh man, we can and even with those, we respond very dude, like, we're so sorry. Like, here's a free drink card.
Yeah.
And also we're addressing the situation, and so, I'd much rather get the text from a friend than the Google review from somebody I've never.
Abysmal. Look at what the food.
Look at these. Yeah, exactly. Look at these guys. They're eating it. And they're tore up.
Yeah. So so it was, it was a good couple 2 years, and we learned a lot. Man, I learned so much, and it really, I can say that those 2 years dialed me into the business I'm doing now, because
it's all the same.
Because I was looking at the dollars, but now I look at the pennies, and it just has me really dialed in.
Yep, that's good.
And so it's good. We'll see what happens if it's not sold by the time.
Let's talk. Let's talk. We gave so many people false hope, dude. Literally, I had so many people texting me, "Are you guys serious?" I was like, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, and so somebody saw your post and they texted me and they're like, "Is this true?" I'm like, "Look," I said, I don't know if that was a good idea for him to put that comment on there or not.
Should we go down there and do a video in front of the store and be like, "Guess what, guys?" Hey, and then we can be like, "The pizza guys are going in."
Yeah. And we're cutting their ribbon, shaking their hands. Gotcha.
April Fool, dude. I wish April Fool's was closed, because that would have been.
That would be really good. There's a lot, there's a lot of traffic that goes there in the mornings, and I'm sure you get a lot of business. I mean, mornings.
Yeah, morning's great. Yeah, it really is. But I don't know the area. Like, you'd have to walk me through. So
it's different. Biometry is different because there's a small. There's not a lot of people that live there, but there's a lot of people that work and that commute. Yeah. So you got all the shipyards, you got other seafood businesses, related businesses. You got Dolphin Island.
One of my favorite seafood restaurants is down there.
Lighthouse or Catalina?
Hold up, it's another one.
Bayou Seafood.
Yes.
Sorry,
Johnson. Yes. Wait, who's that? No, is that John? Is that the owner?
Harbison. Yeah. Dude. Amazing seafood.
Best crab claws you'll ever get. Yeah. They're monsters. Yeah. They're like this big, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you get them and you're like, oh my gosh, this is one. They're unbelievable.
They're great. Yeah. It's hard to beat biometry seafood.
It's so good. It's so good.
Like, I'll come to meet friends in Mobile and they'll be like, "You want to go to Winsel's?" And not anything against Winsel's.
I get it.
But man, it's hard to beat a good, fresh.
And a lot of these guys, are just buying imports. You know,
they are.
It's all mostly. It's 95% import.
So a lot of people don't know this, but gumbo that you buy in, I may be giving away a secret.
Yeah, you might be on the pod.
So I won't say who's buying this gumbo. Yeah. But there's a company in Mobile that they're called Azalea Seafood, and I think they do about 600 to 800 gallons of gumbo a day. And then they distribute it through like Cisco and stuff like that. So a lot of the gumbo that you find around the, not here in Mobile, but around in different seafood restaurants is their gumbo, and they just spice it up.
That's cool.
Stuff like that. So it's neat seeing that side. I'm glad I did the restaurant.
Right.
I learned a whole ton. And I almost think, people's always said, like, if you're a 16-year-old kid, they're like, you need to go work in a food industry one time in your life.
100%.
And I never had.
100%.
And so this was my experience.
Yeah.
It cost me much more than when I was 16. I mean, it's wild.
Brutal lessons.
It's wild how fast the needle can move in either direction. We could do a party. You could have a catering gig. Sure. You could have just on certain days, and it's like,
and then it's dried up.
Dude, we just crushed it.
Yeah.
I'm rich.
And then next week, you're like, oh,
where's everybody?
Where'd everybody go, dude?
And so, I mean, it goes the other direction in the same amount of money, So a lot of people that are not in business don't understand that. They see us and they go, man, Jeff and Chris, they're just killing it. Like he's got these different locations, and they don't understand the overhead and the
takes
when things break.
Takes a lot to feed the beast.
It does. Yeah, it does. And we do it. We love it.
Sure.
You love the risk. I love the risk. I think part of it is the adventure. When in business, you get to learn, you get to meet, you get to show people different types of lifestyles, and it's an adventure that
really is.
I don't think I would like to do anything else.
I say that all the time. I don't think I could ever go get a real job.
Yeah,
it's just I'll do something else.
Yeah,
like if this folds tomorrow, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll fly planes.
Yeah, I'll ship something on a website, or you know what I mean. Like it's just I'm such a. I just don't think I could go back to like corporate America.
No,
you know what I mean, like And that's just the weirdness in me. Like I'm just so antsy and, always trying to figure out the next thing,
Oh, I know it. So how many locations do you have here in Mobile?
We've got 7.
Or I guess in this area.
Sure. Yeah. It's Mobile and Sims. And we have 7 locations. And I'm pretty sure we're the largest by location base. We're the largest coffee company in Mobile.
Okay.
Like we beat out Starbucks, who just shut a store down. And I think everybody else.
That's
crazy, right? And I like Starbucks. Like what's crazy is I'll still go to Starbucks. Like we're not open on Sundays.
Right.
I go to Starbucks on Sundays, and so like, I don't even really see them as competition. Like I would comfortably put a store beside Starbucks and be fine. Like wouldn't even think twice about it. It's that whole thing we were talking about, Lowe's and Home Depot.
Right. Yeah.
Like being together. Like they don't even want
it's a mindset that people look and they go, oh yeah, I need a shop.
Totally. And it's like, you can make your mind up. You want to support corporate or do you want to support local? And you pick. And if it doesn't do well, okay, we'll move out and do something else. Like it's not a big deal, but like, where was I going with that? Oh yeah. So I think we're the largest as far as I know, I think we're the largest coffee company in Mobile, also 100% local. And so that's something that people don't think about. Like really trace where your coffee shops are from and kind of how they got started. Like there's 7 Brews are coming in, there's one by the mall. And people are like, a lot of hype around that, which is cool. And like they have really good marketing. But if you trace it back, this is all like private equity, BlackRock funded crap. These are guys in New York City running spreadsheets saying, "Here's how we do it. Here's how
this is how we make money.
Here's the system. Yeah. Money. It's all it is.
It's
like
analytics.
They're just cranking. They have no concept on the stuff that being in the food industry, what it takes on the front line. They
just know the numbers work.
Yeah, it's just what's the EBITDA, what's the P&Ls, feed me the numbers, we'll go drop another one. And so I'd encourage people to find your favorite spot, but also do some homework on them. Like do some, where is this company from and where are they founded and how are they founded? And so it's just something I encourage people with I encourage any local coffee shop. You know what I mean? I know the local guys. I'm friends with all of them.
Right.
So I encourage, even if you don't go to Yellowhammer, that's fine. Like go pick a good local coffee shop, pick like a Carpe Diem or a Nova or a Red Bar, like I know all these guys and I'm like, these guys they live here. Their families are here. Like they're all based here. You know what I mean? So like go.
Yeah, their kids go to school here. They shop at your businesses here.
Yeah, they do. And they're supporting your kid's baseball team. And they're supporting your whatever. And like Starbucks isn't doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
that's kind of where it gets down to it. It gets down to the nitty gritty is like I get calls and I'm sure you get calls too from people
1,000 a week.
1,000
a week.
We've got our basketball team, or
Yes.
we've got our softball team, or
Yep.
we've got this and that, and we'd love you to support.
Sure.
And I'm 100%. I love
Yep.
supporting those
Yep.
things. And in certain cases, most of the time, it's just me forgetting. But
Sure.
I love to do it.
Yeah.
Because I love to give back.
Absolutely.
But-
we built a system for it.
Yeah.
Like, we have a whole system now. Like we try not to give cash away because it's just, we would literally go bankrupt.
Well, you can't track
So
it.
we try to
very
give
well.
product and we
Yeah.
try to give stuff. Like if they're doing like a fundraiser type thing,
Mhm.
if they're doing what do you call those things where you like a
Oh.
gift basket and they bid on it or something?
Oh, yeah.
So we'll give product,
Mhm.
we'll give t-shirts, we give tons of coffee away. So we try to do it in a way that we can without going bankrupt. Because if we just wrote checks, we literally get probably 1,000 requests a week. Like it's crazy. And
That's
we have to
wild.
try to process that and figure it out. But our marketing girl, she's phenomenal. Bree,
That's good.
But man, it's a lot, And so,
Yeah.
and sometimes people get a little mad, like, well,
Why didn't you? support my
I
football
need you to
team?
write a check to, whatever.
I need $200.
Yeah, whatever baseball team. I'm
Yeah.
like, I understand that. And
Everybody needs $200.
Yeah. And like, I'm thankful that you think about us to hit us up. And also, you're one of 1,000 requests this week and we would literally be bankrupt.
Right.
So could we do a bag of coffee for you that you can go resell and then take that money? Or can we do a donation?
Yeah.
Or can we do, so we try to do it.
And I think that's what
That's what it is. I knew we'd get there eventually. But yeah, so but they think they're the only person that's asked.
They
You know
do.
what I mean? And I'm
Yeah.
like, man, like there's a lot of requests and people see you as a big public business. I'm like, well, they got tons of money,
And they need their name out here. They need their name on our banner. Yeah.
We're printing your logo on our t-shirt. I'm
Yeah.
like, man, thank you.
Thank you,
like,
but I don't know how well that turns
there's a
into
lot more,
dollars.
right? I'm like, there's just a lot more, but we try to help as much as we can.
We do, and we've turned it. I've talked to my marketing girl and said, look, we really need. I love giving back. I love, I want my name to be all over the place.
Sure.
I said, but at the end of the day, I do have to be a good steward steward of this business and the money.
It's a great way to put it.
Yep. I've got to understand, like, is this beneficial to the business? Correct. Because the business is its own entity.
Correct.
And so if I'm just taking from it all the time and not giving back, like, you're right, it's just going to go bankrupt.
It's a great way to put it, man. And the other thought I have is I would rather pay our team more, because our team is who's building this. You know what I mean? So I would rather give raises than just write unlimited checks.
Absolutely.
Out to, you know what I mean? So we do it as best as we can, and I feel like we're pretty fair with it. But yeah, it's just, but no one thinks about the other side. You know what I mean? When they're like sponsored this team or whatever, no one's thinking, well, that might be someone's raise on the Yellowhammer team. You know what I mean?
They're just thinking, oh, Jeff makes plenty of money.
Yeah, printing money.
Yeah,
I just need a
he
check.
can write us a check.
I just need a check. And I'm like, there's just more to weigh. And that's what's fun talking with guys like you, is you understand it. And a listener, someone listening, they may say, I've never thought about that from his angle and his perspective. You know, so we do the best we can to give something that we want to do. Here recently with the SNAP, is it called SNAP? The SNAP benefits going away?
The SNAP.
So something we're kicking around right now, and we'll see how it plays out. I'm working this with my team. Is we're trying to figure out how to do some kind of a food drive. So we're trying to partner with some nonprofits, because we can collect items. I just don't know what to do with them. You know what I mean?
It's like, do I just them from here and then getting them to whomever?
Do I just go out on the front porch out here and just hand out food to people? Like, I don't know. I don't have the distribution, you know, but we have the attention and the ability to bring people, bring goods in. So what we're trying to do is solve the distribution end, which is, let's partner with people that have done this for years. And we can collect items, and then we can give those to nonprofits who already have systems in place. Like, I mean, I was talking with a guy this morning. He has a backpack thing, so they'll pack food for kids that are in food scarcity. Right? They'll pack the backpacks on Friday, and it'll get them through the weekend until Monday. So I'm like, well,
that's awesome.
I'm like, well, I don't do that, so why don't I just collect items and I'll give it to this guy? He already has a system built out for it, right? So I think he's in 3 schools right now. I mean, he's packing 50-something backpacks a week.
Wow.
And I'm like, that's amazing. So we think in terms like that as well. You know what I mean? Like, we are a local business that started with this community. This community is the only reason we've made it. So I'm like, dude, it's our responsibility to get back to this community.
Absolutely.
In times of need. You know what I mean? And so if we can use our influence in any way to, like you said the word steward. So if we can steward our influence well and give back to this community in a time of need, like, that's the only reason I do business.
Yeah, and it helps us continue.
Yeah, it does.
You know? And it's not just,
helps all of this city.
It does.
So yeah,
and we don't do it just to shine a light on us. Correct. You know, and if anybody thinks that, you know, that's not the case.
Right. Yeah.
It's really to give back. Like, if you really 100%. Truly look at our hearts, it's like, hey, that's what we want to do. Because I was raised in South Mobile County. And so I want to see South Mobile County thrive.
Sure.
I mean, you're raised in Mobile. I mean, we are raised in Mobile. You know, we want to see Mobile.
I want the city to do well.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah. Because the city does well, we do well.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I try to get behind it, and let's make this thing pop. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm so tired of hearing Mobile's what do they say, the city of perpetual opportunity or something. Yeah. What's that saying? Everyone says.
Yeah.
Like, how do we not have that as our tagline? I'm like, how do we change it? You know, how do we say, no, Mobile is the city that grabbed the opportunity and they're killing it? Like, that's where I get passionate about. You know what I mean?
Well, and I think there's opportunity here.
There is.
You know, there's opportunity more than just in our field.
Sure.
But there's other industries.
Every field.
Every field that can really thrive.
Absolutely.
And it goes back to what we've both done. What you've done early on is you took a risk.
Yep.
And so you take that risk. There is a reward.
Sure.
You know, it could fail.
Yep.
You know, there's there's a lot.
We could still fail. I tell my team that all the time. I'm like, we're 2 weeks out. I'm like, we got to keep drinking coffee.
Somebody said, what's your vision for your business? I was like,
to not fail.
Four words. Can I make payroll?
It's so true though, man. Payroll is a hit. Like, nobody understands it. Man. Like,
it's crazy.
You and I stay up all night going, can we swing this? Like, can we do this another 2 weeks? Like, it's a crazy.
I know. Yeah. And you know, we've done great. Don't get me wrong. I'm very blessed in our business. You're very blessed.
Yeah.
But when we really, you know, look at the numbers, it's like, oh, here we go again.
Yep, here we go again. Yep.
We do payroll every 2 weeks.
Yep,
I don't know.
We do. Yep.
And so it's like every 2 weeks, it's like
another hit.
All right, let me transfer this money.
Let me figure this out.
Money I got
this works out.
Yeah. And so the people that think that even though you've got locations,
Yep.
you know, even though you've got, hey, you bought a bank,
Sure.
you know, and I want to hear the story on the thought process of that.
Wild.
Yeah.
That's a fun story.
But, you know, we still have a lot of risk. We still have a lot of headaches. We still have a lot of anxiety, you know, and making sure, because we are responsible for the people that work for us.
Correct.
You know, we've got families. You've got how many employees do you have?
105, I think.
So,
last I checked.
And out of that 105, I mean, some of them have husbands, wives,
absolutely,
kids,
married, kids.
You know, some of them are kids, but some of them, you know,
absolutely
have to have this job.
Absolutely.
They live week to week, you know, paycheck to paycheck, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But they, you know, they trust us.
Dude, we do I bought my managers the Dave Ramsey book,
Financial Freedom.
Yes, because I want them to do better.
Yes.
I'm like, guys,
get that $1,000 emergency fund.
Yeah, dude, I beat it. I literally, I've had this conversation with several team members. I'm like, you have to have an emergency fund.
Yeah.
And they've done it.
I've
had 2 people build up their emergency fund.
That's
and
awesome.
I was like, dude, and they're like, I sleep so much better. I'm like, that's the point.
Because the transmission's going to go out.
Exactly. And
you're going to need new tires.
And it happened. One of my guys got in a wreck on the interstate.
Yeah.
And it was like something flew off of a truck and hit, like it wasn't anyone's fault.
Yeah.
And he was like, thank God for that emergency thing. And I said, dude, that's the reason. That's why you have it. Like, that is why I pounded this into your brain to get the emergency fund, because you will sleep better at night.
Because he knows he can just go pay for it like that.
Exactly. He didn't have to think about it. He didn't have to go pull a loan. He doesn't have to put it on a credit card. Like, he literally, so we bought the books for all of our managers because I'm responsible for them, right? Like, I want them to think. I want them to invest. I want all of these guys to do very, very well. Like, that weighs on me. Like, if I'm the guy at the end of the day that made it to the top and I'm by myself,
what does that
sucks.
do? Yeah.
Like, that's the worst. That is the absolute worst. So my vision is I want to take my core guys team and we all go up together. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be sitting in the Bahamas by myself.
No.
Like, that would be the worst life ever.
And it would be
like, I made it to the beach.
Yeah.
Alone.
Yeah.
Like, no,
nobody's here with
let's take the team down there.
Yeah.
Right? Let's fly the Cherokee 6.
Right.
Yeah. Like, let's go. So that's my vision for these guys. And a lot of them know it. Like, they're like, Jeff truly cares, and we have to raise all of this together. Like, I want us all to win, not just me.
I took a couple of my managers in Birmingham to Orlando. We have a big show down there in November. And I asked them kind of when we were down there, I said, hey, have y'all ever been to Disney? And they'd never been to Disney. I was like, y'all are going to Disney tomorrow.
Dude,
and so sent them to Disney. And,
that's cool.
You know, and it's those type of moments.
That changes their lives, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, dude, Chris cares about us so much to where he said.
And I believe it's those things because, I mean, we're a seasonal business. So we run normally from like March to November.
Yep.
And we do a little bit of business in between, but just not a lot. From December, January, February. Hopefully we break even. Normally we don't.
Sure.
But those are the people that, man, they grind. They put in the maybe 80, 90 hours a week. Sometimes they put in the work.
Jeez.
And, you know, they're running my businesses.
Yep. Totally.
You know, and I've got to take care of them.
They're an extension of you.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
So, and it's not just the take care of them in the sense of buying them things.
Yep.
When they have a problem, listen to them.
Yep.
You know, if they've got something going on in their family, you know, be there for them.
Yeah.
It's much more, and you're not going to get that at the corporate level.
You absolutely won't.
You know, you're a number.
It's HR sending an email, take 2 weeks off. If you don't have your stuff together when you come back, see you. We already got someone else lined up. Like, that's corporate. You know what I mean? We deal with stuff all the time. You know, someone's having a rough day. Someone's having a rough week. Someone's having a panic attack. Someone's marriage is struggling. Like, we deal with stuff all the time, and we deal with it. We're like, dude, how can we help? How can we serve? How can we navigate this together? Like, we do it all the time.
And you've got to build systems.
Yeah.
Like, I've always believed, like, we're going to have problems.
Systems are everything. Man.
Yeah. Procedures fix problems.
You live and die by systems.
Yeah.
Like, 100%. Yeah. It's literally it. If it's not systemized,
right,
you got a problem.
Yeah.
I try to live my whole life on systems. I'm not quite there yet, but
I'm not there yet either.
I'm getting there.
All right. So we're in the vault. All right. So you've got a couple locations, I think, if I understand this. I'm going backwards in time before you had this place, and you have this thought in your head when what was here before? The bank.
PNC Bank.
PNC Bank. So PNC Bank chooses to close the doors, and this place is up for sale.
Yep.
Take me through,
dude.
What's going through your mind?
Didn't even think about it. Like, didn't even process that maybe there's a building we should get. Didn't understand how good the location was. Didn't understand right on the corner, Shill and Cottage Hill. Didn't think of process any of that stuff. So, dude, the founder of Fusackley's, Will Fusiotti, I'll probably Fusiotti. I don't know. I'm probably watching. Anyway,
we'll put captions on
everybody knows Will. Yeah. Everybody knows Will. He called me and he goes, dude, you should go by that bank. I was like, what bank? He's like, the one at Cottage Hill and Schindler, right beside the Fusackley's. And I was like, you think? He goes, dude, 100%. He goes, it's a great location. I was
like, he already had Fusackley's. He
literally said, if you don't buy it, I'm going to go buy it. And I was like, oh, well, I don't want to get in your way. He goes, dude, I don't have time to think about this. He goes, just go get the stupid building. So I literally called my bank and was like, hey, I need to buy a bank. And they were like, what? Are you getting into the banking bit? I was like, oh, let me rephrase it. I need to buy a building that used to be a bank. And they're like, oh, cool. Okay, we can do that. So yeah, they processed the loan, approved the loan, and we came in here and just tried to figure it out. We didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know what this room was going to be.
Right.
Like it was full of lock boxes, you know what I mean? And had a drop ceiling in here.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it was crazy. Like, and had carpet. Yeah. So it was like all this so we just kind of pieced it together bit by bit and said, hey, what if we had an office and a place for meetings and we could work, which is the place we were hanging out before.
Because you didn't have that before.
No, I was just working from the house and from a coffee shop.
Yeah, you just had locations.
Totally, that was it. So we didn't have really a central location, you know, and so, yeah, it was really, Will's the genius, not me. But when the smartest guy in this industry tells you to do something, you just say,
yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Done. Like, I didn't even think about it. And dude, I've done deals before where I've lost so much sleep over, and I'm sure you've been there.
Oh, yeah.
You're rolling and turning all night thinking, oh my God, this is the dumbest thing we've ever done. I have not lost an ounce of sleep over this move. Yeah. Like, and it's a lot of debt. We have a lot of debt on my shoulders, but I'm like, I was just like, it's the right move.
But this is your headquarters though.
Yeah. This is kind of the corporate headquarters. We do manager meetings in that room that we were in before. Yeah, like I've got an office over there. So if I just need to focus, I'll come up here and just laptop, phone calls, doing all the stuff I need to do. But
your managers can come here too and do what they need to do.
They print stuff. They pick up T-shirts. They pick up product if they need. If they're running low on something's probably
instead of going all the way to almost Mississippi.
Yeah, all the way to the warehouse. Yeah, and they do that too. Sometimes they run out and they're like, so they'll make the drive to the warehouse. But it's been great, man. But it's not me being a genius. It's really not. Right. It's the smartest guy who knows this business way beyond what I know. Right. Calling me and saying, you need to make this move.
Well, isn't it true that we don't have to go reinvent the wheel?
You don't. You really don't. I mean, it's crazy. You really don't.
Like, I mean, we
just copy a good system. That's all we try to do. So I encourage my managers all the time, go to Seven Brew, go to Starbucks, go to Dutch Brothers, dude, I flew a manager of Dutch Brothers. This is 4 or 5 years ago. I flew the manager of Dutch Brothers. This will give you in coffee numbers. I know you have food numbers. Coffee numbers, like, you're kind of killing it. If you're doing $5 to $7 grand a day, I mean, you're really cranking the ball. Yeah. Like that Starbucks up there on Schindler, probably doing 5 to 7. Yeah. This Dutch Brothers was doing 15 grand a day.
Oh my gosh.
And it was so much volume, the team was dying. So they were like, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to build another one across the street and it'll take half of these customers and move on there. So we'll do about 7, 8 over here, 7, 8 over there, and we'll be good. The day they opened it,
kind of know where this is going.
That store started doing 15 a day, and they still remained 15 a day. And they're like, oh, and you could throw a rock and hit the other one. And that's like, this is insane. So I flew the manager of that location down here to vet our systems, look at our processes, taste our product, see how we can improve. Like I'm not scared of these guys. I want to learn from these guys. And so I encourage all of our team members. I'm like, dude, so my team goes to coffee shops all over and like, they'll use the Yellowhammer business card and they'll buy coffee from whoever. And they're just, if they can get one good idea, oh my gosh.
It's worth it. It's worth the $7, $8 that they spend.
I noticed at Seven Brew, they have a station over here and it cuts down the steps by 2 steps. And we're like, oh that's my gosh, genius. We should like move the machine, So, but it's stuff like that. Like we're not like, I don't get fearful of those guys. I get excited. Like, dude, Chick-fil-A, no one does it better than Chick-fil-A. We go there all the time. Oh, yeah. Not for the food, literally just to watch the system and the system and the process.
I mean, you go and you can see a huge difference between, you go into a Popeye's chicken or a McDonald's.
Crazy. It's crazy.
And you've got 2 people working in a kiosk that you got to punch everything in. And then you walk into a Chick-fil-A
and there's 50 people in there.
They're full, they can't even, they're bumping into each other.
Exactly.
But they're just churning food out.
Crazy.
I mean,
like it's in our world, you can't have the conversation in the same planet. If you want to talk McDonald's, Popeyes, Whataburger, all that stuff, you're going to talk here. oh, you want to talk about Chick-fil-A? Okay, that's Mars.
Yeah.
So which conversation do you want to have? Like, you can't even, I mean, dude, I think Chick-fil-A did $36 billion last year.
It's insane how much they did. I think
that's crazy.
I don't know if it's like the cumulative of the top 4 other fast food restaurants.
Can't even hold to these guys.
And
they're still, and they give everyone else an extra day to catch up.
Yeah.
They're still closed on Sundays. And they're like, y'all can catch up.
It's crazy.
Y'all catch up. Good luck.
Well, and I'd heard that they went and got kind of coached by the Ritz-Carlton.
Probably.
And that's how like a lot of their systems were changed, was the hospitality of the Ritz-Carlton.
Yes.
And what they did in their hotels, and they modeled that in their restaurants. And so that tells me is like, look, we can even look outside of our business, outside of our industry.
Absolutely.
So it's not just
we do all the time.
Yeah.
It's
not just you guys going to other coffee shops. If you walk into a Hobby Lobby,
or
every
whatever business.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the way they greeted me there. That's a good phrase.
Yeah.
Like, let me write that down. You know, dude, it's just, if you just open your eyes and look around, you can learn. I tell my kids that all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to go to school to learn. Just open your eyeballs and just look and process it. Like my oldest son, he's our second kid, but oldest son, we had a 2-hour conversation the other night around economics and supply and demand.
Yeah.
And for 2 hours, I had him explain it to me, and I made sure he understood it. I was like, all right, so a hurricane rolls through out in the Gulf, shuts down 100 oil rigs. What happens to the supply? He was like, well, it would go down. I said, exactly. And I said, what happens to the price? He goes, well, the price would go up. I'm like, exactly.
Yes.
So we did it over and over and over.
Supply and demand.
And supply and demand. That was it. I was like, they're all connected, dude. Supply and demand, and price dictates in there, right?
Yeah.
So it was really funny because we kept going over tons and tons and tons of examples.
Yeah.
Until he really got it. And I said, he's like, Dad, how'd you learn it? I'm like, you just look. Like, all you got to do is just pay attention.
You just open your eyes.
If you just pay attention, you'll learn.
Get your eyes off that phone.
Off that screen. Yeah. Get off that screen. Nobody cares about Mr. Beast. Get off that. But and then we had a conversation about Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
So it was because he's doing the chocolates, and he's doing a healthier version. So he's got a chocolate bar that's a lot more healthy than like Hershey's or whatever. So I said, Judah, what is he looking at? And he was like, well, he's looking at the health, being healthier. I said, why is he looking at that? Well, because there's more demand for healthier products. Exactly.
Yes.
And I said, so he is going to do what? Oh, he's going to fulfill the supply for that demand. I said, bingo.
Yeah.
I said, there's your lesson on Mr. Beast. What else do you want to know?
Yeah. I mean, Mr. Beast is not a beast. He is a beast. He's not a dumb guy.
Oh, he is insanely smart.
Probably, I don't know if you've listened to any of the podcasts. He did one podcast and it kind of explained his life and what he started. And he dialed in on one thing, and that was YouTube.
Yep, that was
he
it.
just dialed in.
I'm going.
And he said, I'm doing it no matter what.
Yep.
I'm going to figure out everything
there
that clicks with it.
Yep.
And he did.
And
there's something to be said about that. You know,
and now he's doing real products like the Hershey's bars or whatever, the chocolate bars, the gummy bears. Gosh, he may even be inching into food stuff now. Like he's insane.
Well, he did the Mr. Beast burger.
Yes. So he's doing that.
Yeah, he did the burger thing. I don't know how that's doing.
But it's like he's willing to try it, and he's not. I mean, who cares? You know, he's making $1 billion a year, whatever on the YouTube
he's
stuff.
Doing a lot better.
He's like, whatever. He's like, he got printing money, you know, and I'm like, actually printing money.
Yeah. So all right. So I'm gonna ask you 2 questions. The first question is going to be, what's probably the worst business decision that you've ever made?
Oh my!
And then the second one's going to be, what's the best, business decision you've ever made?
We made so we kind of got in with a lease. We were going to Timlin's Corner. And
I remember that.
You remember that?
I remember you were like, hey, we've got something special. And you do a good job of that. You do a good job of trying to bring in a
little teaser.
I think that was the comment you posted on one of my building. You're like,
conversations.
Let's talk.
Hey, eyeballs. You post the eyeballs. Everyone goes,
oh my God, he's going to open a battery. They're doing it. Like literally, he just was like, saw the post and put.
I was like, this looks cool.
But anyway,
we were talking with some guys down there that were building a shop. And so probably the most brutal lesson I learned was never sign a lease unless your lawyer looks at it. And I'm sure you've done this.
Yeah.
Right. So there's some sneaky language in there. You don't really know what you're signing. You think you're smart because you've done a location or two and you're like, oh, I know how to let
me sign this 10-page.
I know how to read leases. This ain't nothing, So we kind of got hooked, and they made a change with like they weren't fully honest with me. They were like, hey, we're going to like on the other end, it's going to be like a chicken joint or something like that. And I was
now, this was the location that is in front of Aldi's.
Yes.
Correct. The little strip mall that's right there next to Lowe's.
Yep. Correct.
Yeah.
So they were like, it's going to be a Voodoo Wings or something. I was like, oh, dude, awesome. Like that'll be more traffic to the area. This will be great. And then they shifted it and they ended up going with like a tropical smoothie.
They did.
And I was like, man, I was like, I'm not mad at you. Like, trust me, I get it. You got to fill that space. So I was like, but we sell smoothies and we sell wraps and we sell a lot of stuff. So I'm like, I'm not mad. We just have to readjust that rent price because I agreed to that rent price based on the information you told me.
Yeah.
And they were like, good luck, buddy. You've already got a Loctite lease. And I was like, didn't like that answer.
Yeah.
I was like, didn't love how that went down. Lost a ton of sleep over it. Have to be careful how I phrase this. I'm still under a what do they call it?
NDA.
Yeah.
So,
whatever.
But at the end of the day, you're not opening.
We were able to negotiate out of that. Right? Yeah. And so what's crazy is, and this will blow your mind. Because there's like, and I'm a believer. I think you are too. We need to talk ministry. So God's always working, right? He's always got a plan. Yeah. And he's always like, here's the crazy thing. I swear to you, we have the papers. The day we signed that bad lease is the exact same day and year that they put a sign on this bank that said we're closed. It was the exact same day.
Oh, wow.
So we're over there signing the lease we shouldn't have signed. And God's over here going, well, dude, same day.
I got you.
Here's your building.
I got you.
Like, here's your building. When we pieced that together, I was like, oh my God. Like, it was like mind blown, right? I was like, oh my gosh, like this is wild.
Yeah.
So, and that's a story not many people know. So we have we have the bad lease we signed, and we have we're closed at PNC Bank. Like we have them in a file somewhere. You know what I mean? It's just crazy because it's a reminder to us, like there's more at work than what we see. You know what I mean? It is. Like, and it's crazy how it like works and connects together, and like God's working in the background and has for us for years. And it's mind blowing when you see it play out.
Well, and it really is it. And that's why it's been in my business as well, is we opened a place. I'll tell you the story of, I was not looking to buy another business.
Yeah.
I was just looking, okay. I was trying to buy a business in Mississippi.
What kind of business?
It was another event rental business. Okay, so, they had been in business about 30 years. It was in Waynesboro, Mississippi.
Yeah.
And, we were going to close October 31st.
Okay.
And so he calls me November 1st. It was just a busy 31st. So you
were closing on Halloween?
Oh no, we're open on Halloween.
You're opening on Halloween.
That's one of our busiest days of the year.
But you were closing the business, right?
Oh no. Our plan was to sign papers on the 31st.
Yeah.
And so we end up saying, hey, we'll just meet on the 1st.
I can't believe you closed a deal on the devil's birthday.
I know.
I mean, what were you thinking? I'm just kidding. It's a joke, everybody. Work. I knew it, dude. He was on my back.
Yeah. So he's like, hey, let's do lunch a little early. And so we sit down and he's like, I'm pulling out of the deal. And I'm like, oh, crap. And so I'd done all this work.
Right. And here's what people don't see on the back end. You've paid probably thousands of dollars in legal fees, thousands of dollars in time.
Forget the legal fees, time.
Yeah. So you've got real money, you've got real time, and you probably paid some financial guys to look through all their books. That's what we did. We did evaluations. Yes. And you're paying for that. So no one sees the back end. Even if the deal fell through, you're in thousands just to prep for the deal. You know what I mean?
And so we were like, okay, whatever, this fell through. Maybe it wasn't God's plan.
Sure.
And so I said, look, we're just going to get laser focused on what we do. We're going to get our systems right, and we're going to continue to grow healthy and steady. And so that's
a way to do it too, healthy and steady.
And it did good. That next year we go to Orlando to our yearly convention show. Yeah. It's an attraction show, like the largest attraction show in the world. It's a really cool place. And so we get there, and I'm actually running a booth for my friend in Australia. He couldn't come because of COVID. And I said, look, I'll run your booth.
Don't worry about it.
I got employees that I'm bringing down. Yep. And so we paid the employees, like a lot of money per day just to have fun and give away product. And so I'm sitting there and I'm helping them run it. And I was like, about to leave, and this lady walks up and she says, hey, what are you selling? I'm like, oh, well, it's
my buddy's booth.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. You can buy some. So what's it?
It's from Australia. Who knows?
Yeah, it's better than America. No, I'm kidding. So I was like, hey, this is a tape you can put on inflatables. This is how it works. She's like, okay. And I look at her name tag and it says Deborah's Party Rentals. And I'm like, oh, I said, I know. And I'm still not like looking up at her.
Right.
I'm like down on the kind of showing her how it works. And I said, I got some buddies in Birmingham that rent from you. And she's like, oh, okay. And then I look up a little higher and it's got her name, Deborah.
Oh, okay.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, you're Deborah.
Yeah. You're the one.
Yeah,
you're the
you're
person.
Deborah. And she's like, hey, I was like, hey, I'm Chris. I own a business down here in Mobile. And I meet her husband and we stood up and talked for maybe 2 minutes. And I said, so why are you down here? I said, I know you've been in business a long time. I said, what are you looking to buy? Because you can purchase like, new inflatables, new things. Yeah. And she's like, well, no, I'm not really going to purchase anything new. I said, oh, okay. I said, so you're just here for a good time?
Right.
You know, see network, things like that. She said,
she's like, I'm looking for a buyer.
Well, she said, well, we're actually retiring.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, well, congratulations. I said, you got some kids that are going to take over? I said, who's going to take over the business? Yep. And she looked me straight in my eyes and she said, you are.
Dang.
And I said,
that's crazy, man.
I said, let's step to the side.
Yeah. And this ain't even my booth. Let's step over here to my booth.
I was like, gosh, you got it. Whatever.
Someone else.
And so like we talked for another 20 minutes. And like the week after that, I buy the business.
No way.
And
did they help you out with seller financing or anything?
They did owner financing, which was great.
Dude.
Unbelievable.
Because it's good for you because you didn't have to go pull the loan. It's good for them because they still get a paycheck without doing anything.
Yeah.
So the money rolls in every single month and they're out. Yeah. And you're just paying them back, you know?
Yeah, it's been a great
seller finance is like a win-win. I mean,
that's probably if there's anything in finance that I'm a fan of, that is what I'm a fan of.
Finance is great.
Seller finance because I can be as creative as possible.
Yeah, you don't have the bank breathing down your neck every month to make that note. And
you can be so creative.
They know I need Chris to do really well so that
they're going to help
paid. Yeah. So they're like, hey, here's my old contacts. Here's everything we got. Can I help you with anything?
Yeah. They're not just going to be like, peace out.
See ya. Yeah. They're like, oh, hold up. I'll say see you in 5 years or whatever the terms are. But you got to make this thing work because we need a retirement. Like it's a great way. It's a great move.
And so that's what we did in 22. And then in 24.
How did she know you? Like
she didn't know me.
What made her say you are?
So back to the Lord. Yeah. You know, I asked her after we signed the deal.
Yeah. You're like, let me not screw this up. And also, I'm not doing this deal on Halloween, dude. I've already been bit. Yeah. The devil bit me once.
We did it like near Christmas, near Jesus' birthday. So we did the opposite. Yeah. So I said, Deborah, I said, I gotta ask you a question. She's like, what? Anything, you know? I said, why me?
Yeah. What made you say that?
And she said, I knew when I saw you that because I came to that show looking for somebody to sell it to.
Dang. And she
said, I knew when I saw you at that booth that's the guy.
Wow.
I was like,
isn't that crazy?
I was like, yeah, but I'm Asian.
You're like, come on, dude.
So I mean, but she she laughed about that. I was like,
dude, that's hilarious.
But she just thought she believed, God gave her confirmation at that time.
Wow.
And so
isn't that crazy?
22, we bought that business. In 24, we bought our competitor up there. And
wow, so you have two businesses.
Well, it's really one. We've moved to the competitor's location and just consolidated. We still have the other location, but it's just really a warehouse.
Wow.
And so we're working through trying to. We've only owned it a year, the new location, and so we're still trying to.
Wow.
That business was in business 43 years.
Jeez, man. Yeah, so you're finding that. And there's a lot of like people that are retaring now. Like it's a great time to get in business. I mean,
Dawes Hardware, buddy of mine. His name's actually Buddy.
Yeah.
But Michael Sanford, he bought Dawes Hardware, and he did the SBA route, which is a great route, I think.
Yeah, it is.
But that was a guy wanted to retire, and
I'm in the middle of an SBA loan right now.
Yeah.
So I'm in the process.
It's a lot of paperwork, I hear.
It's it will make you mad, the paperwork.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
What's funny is it's actually the SBA loans on the desk, and we got they're
not going to look at it right now.
Yeah, exactly. No, dude. We got the number and we got everything. So we're like, we're going. And then they shut the government down and those guys turn the lights off. And I'm like, no. Can you just approve real quick before you turn the lights off? So we're in like limbo right now, which is not a great feeling.
Yeah.
Any other time, I wouldn't really care if the government. I'm like, whatever,
Yeah.
But this is like the one time I'm like, no, I actually need you guys to like go to work.
Yeah, I know.
It's
and there's different struggles, It's like,
oh yeah, I know. It's a mess.
People don't understand like the different things, even though it's like you're trying to get a loan to do some other things, but it's like you need those things to go through.
I need this. I need these things to go through, but we'll figure it out.
Oh yeah,
there's a bigger play. So.
Yeah, and so you talk about ministry. I was a youth pastor before.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. We both were youth pastors.
Yeah, getting into all this, and so people were like, "How did you make that like turn from vocational ministry to like a real job,
to real ministry?"
Yeah, real ministry. Yeah, I minister to people all day long, mainly my employees. Which I have to say, I mean, I joke a lot about my employees, but I love them. That I could not do what I do. Without my team.
Same.
And
we'd turn the lights out. We're done.
Oh,
I'll sell a building, go do something else.
Yeah. I got an education degree, so I'll probably just go teach.
Yep, totally. Well, at least you got a real degree. So I'm screwed.
So we both went to South.
Yeah.
Okay. So what did you graduate with?
I'm cautious when I say this because people are like, that's why he's making it. I literally have a degree in entrepreneurship. It was the hardest business degree to get because it mixes management, finance, and accounting.
Okay.
So it's a super tough degree. I don't even know if they offer it anymore, but I'm cautious with it because I'm like, that's a piece of paper. Now I have a real degree in entrepreneurship and it's taken blood, sweat, and tears in 9 years. I'm like, now I actually have a degree. Back then I just had a piece of paper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm very careful. And college is shifting, man. Like the whole mindset, like I don't think my kids will go to college. Like it's that whole, unless they want to be a lawyer, a doctor, or
play sports or something.
Yeah, something like that. I'm like, but dude, I'm like going to business school, I'm like, just start a business, and that's your business school.
Yeah, you want to get $150,000 in debt to a school to start a business,
to learn anything you can learn on free from Mr. Beast, whatever. Right. I'm like, dude, there's so much education.
Yeah,
if you just pay attention to the world and you're willing to learn. Like that's your business degree. And then you just get in and you figure it out. Like, dude, I didn't know anything.
Hands on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's how I learned. It's like airplane stuff, right? You could tell me something. Here's how to shoot an ILS approach.
Right.
And I'm like, okay. And you go, no, let's go shoot it. And then we go shoot the approach.
And you
I
feel
go,
it.
Oh, that's what we're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like Vic saying, what would you do if the engine cuts off?
Click.
I don't know. Yeah. Click. And I'm like, hey, but now I know.
Yeah.
Right. It's like you can read it about it in a book all day long, but until you do it, it's like, so that's what, if you want a business degree, just start a business.
Yeah.
Like you'll figure it out. Like we've learned so much.
You may fail.
Yeah. Which is, that's even a better lesson. You actually have a master's degree now.
You learn a lot more a lot of time in failure.
So much more. And so that's kind of one thing we wrestle with internally is a phrase we kick around, and I'm trying to get this right, is failure is not optional. So we're willing to fail a lot just to learn. So we'll go mess with the way the drive-through lane works. And we'll be like, oh man, that was terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, we failed.
People are mad.
Yeah, people are mad. And they're like, this isn't efficient and whatever. But we're willing to try new things because, okay, we failed here, we failed here, we failed here. But then boom, we found the sweet spot, right? And so,
you just dial that in.
We dial it in. So failure, so failure is not optional. Failure's mandatory. So like, how can we fail? We don't want to take the business down, but like, how can we fail in small ways that like, we're willing to just test and try things. We'll try a new drink. We'll try this. We'll try that. Like, I mean, we'll try a different approach on social media and we're like, okay, that got no engagement. So that was a failure. So how do we,
but not to do that again.
Correct. So it's like, but we have the freedom to fail. And so that's something I wanted to build into the culture is, dude, we're going to make mistakes. Like, let's just figure it out and let's learn from them, And so, but I like that. I think it comes from Craig Rochelle. I don't know if you know him.
I do.
He's a
Life
pastor.
Church.
Yeah, Life Church. And a pilot.
Is he really?
Yes, dude.
I did not know
that.
He
was scared of heights, just like me.
Yeah.
And he became VFR, and then he became instrument rated.
Wow.
And so, dude, he's brought in a lot of instrument stuff into his sermons and like his leadership stuff. So he talks about leading. Check this out. He talks about leading in the soup.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do when you're in the soup? You can't see anything.
Yeah.
How do you lead? You go on your gauges. All right. What do you like? He's got a whole thing, and I'm like, oh, this is so genius. Cool. Like, wow, this is the best. Everyone else is going, what is he talking about? I'm like, dude, the soup, dude. I know exactly what he's talking about. The gauges and all this stuff. Like, he's got a whole thing on it. But Yeah, he flies the Cirrus around to his church campuses and stuff.
That's
like
awesome.
Him and his wife would just fly around.
Think, I would think definitely he, would need one.
Yeah, for sure. It makes a ton of sense. Yeah. What I like about him is like, they're so big. He could get a jet or a Vision jet or whatever, a Gulfstream or something. Like he could go big boy.
He could.
But I like that he just doesn't. He's like, no, man, a little prop airplane's good enough. And I'm like, I kind of like that because you got these other cats flying around on. Oh, you got a Copeland down there. Like got a couple of jets. A few of them. Those are considered houses of worship.
Yes.
All tax.
And so he can't.
All tax free.
There's a podcast I think that talks about him with Sean Ryan.
Yes, I watched the entire thing.
Yeah,
the religion business.
Yes,
watched every single word of that.
I haven't bought the guy's movie yet.
I'm gonna buy the series.
But I've heard it's really good.
I want to see it
because
we were both in ministry and now we both do business. And so man, there's I like his concept. His concept is we've taken the message of Christ and we've stacked on a business on top of it.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know if I like this business. And I'm like, I kind of feel the same way.
Well, and if you really look into scripture and, we can dive into this as much as we want, but
we go for hours.
I'll try to make it simple. But you really look at scripture and you look at what the church was in the early days, and they met in the homes.
Correct.
And so, and that's where I think that guy really pushes it. He's like, you don't have to have these big monstrosity buildings. You don't have to have jets.
Smoke,
you don't have to have
mirror jets. All that stuff.
And so a lot of it is people, just doing it to prop up themselves.
Yep.
Unfortunately,
yes.
But
people are people.
They are.
What I mean?
But I think at the end of the day, there's a lot of good pastors, good churches that aren't doing that.
100%. And that's what I also want to. That's why I'm leery on stuff like that. Like I was leery on that series until I watched that Sean Ryan podcast.
Yeah,
and I was like, dude, this guy's pretty legit. Like, I mean, he's a believer.
He did his research.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he definitely did.
Yeah.
So now I'm more because I'm just so leery because I just don't want to be so angry at like the American church, you know what I mean? So I'm careful. Right. Like I never saw the Hillsong documentary. It's probably on
I haven't either.
You know what I mean? I try to be careful with it.
Me and my wife are going to Australia, and that's we want to go to Hillsong.
No, you need to.
Yeah, look, my favorite music from that is Hillsong.
Oh, mine too.
I mean, I love their worship. So yeah, I mean, it's just for us, it's iconic.
There was another podcast that came out a couple years ago called "The Rise and Fall of Mars Hill."
Yes, you talking with Mark Driscoll?
Every single word of that podcast.
Yeah,
and I kind of relived my story through it.
Yeah,
I mean, I cried listening to that podcast. I'd be doing like a water change out for the Bay City trailer. Literally, dude, I swear to you, if they pulled up the cameras out of that trailer, they'd be like,
"Why is Jeff crying?
Jeff having a bad day?" I'm over there going. I'm trying to like pump the water and get the gray water out. And I'm over there. They're like, pods in, dude. And it was just my time. Like, I loved it. Like, I loved it because it was like, all right, I got an hour and a half here uninterrupted. I'm changing out the water on the trailer back before it's plumbed in.
Yeah.
But dude, I like relived like some of my ministry days through it. And it was like, so I know these people aren't like, I know how this feels. You know what I mean? So,
So I don't,
to me, it's a little healing almost,
Well, and you share however much you want, but I know I'd heard you were a youth pastor, but I don't know anything about like where you were at, things like that. There may be some things that you aren't willing to share, and that's fine. There's things that I'm not going to share about ministry.
Careful, and I definitely wouldn't want to say a name or anything. You know what I mean?
No.
So, but it's just like, it just got interesting. It's like the kind of the head pastor to me changed over time. It wasn't the same guy like I signed up for, he was kind of looking to some bigger guys and how to do this and that whole process. And that was part of the struggle was like, man, I was really wrestling with it. And I was like, oh man. And that's why so then the coffee trailer started cooking more and more and more.
Yeah.
And so it was almost out of necessity that I started a business. But dude, so I didn't want to go just work for another church. And I could have. I have tons of friends in tons of churches. Like that would have been such an easy move. But I didn't want to do it because I didn't want him or their church to look bad.
Right.
I didn't want them to be like, why did freaking Jeff go over to
he just left him
ABC church? Yeah, like why did he do that? Yeah. So I was like, man.
Because we do have to be mindful of the reputation of the church.
Correct. And I wanted to be so careful.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, if I phase out of here, but start a business, but still go here, I think that's the best play. And so I presented it. And so it seemed like it was going to go okay. I got the hugs and your family forever, kind of thing.
Right.
And so I was go back to church on Sunday And some of my youth kids were like, hey man, are you and so-and-so cool? And I was like, bro, never better. Like, why would you even ask me that? Oh, I was just curious. I was wondering why he just unfollowed you on all your social media. And I was like, they told me that. Like, I didn't know. And I was like,
because their kids are tracking it.
Track everything.
Kids are tracking
That's why I love being a youth pastor. You can't bullcrap these guys.
You cannot bullcrap the kid.
They know exactly what's going on. They see through the fluff. And that's why youth are so, I still have a heart for youth. You know what I mean? Because they just, man, and I've got a 15-year-old and like, I just have such a, you can't fool them.
And they adults won't ask why a lot of times.
And they will.
They'll just go,
yeah.
And then they'll walk away.
Oh, they came and asked.
They'll be like, why'd you do that? Why'd you leave? Why this? Why that?
So that was news to me. So I was like, oof. I didn't know that was the last thing I knew was I was getting a hug saying your family. It's gonna be great.
Unfriended you on Facebook.
Yes, that's what happened. And so anyway, so you're
not tagged in their pictures anymore.
Exactly. Tagged everything off the website, off of everything, And I was like, man. So we got into it a little bit like months later. He called me and was like, everything good, And I was like, I mean, not really, dude. I was like, I mean, you freaking hugged me and said
Twitter, man.
So I said that, and he literally goes, wow, I didn't know I was dealing with a little girl, And I thought that was funny though. I was like, dude, that's really funny.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man, the truth is, I didn't know because I didn't track it and I didn't care. Like I was asked by students, you know what I mean? So so we stayed for a year to try our best to make that transition work. Try to keep the students engaged, try to not stir up anything. And to me, it was such a softball setup. It could have been, dude, look at us. We're the church that launches businesses, man. Right. Look at how awesome this church is. Yeah. We can, like, to me, it was such a little softball pitch so they could hit it out of the park. And the whole thing just went downhill. And I did everything I could to not make it go that way. And it just crashed and burned. And literally about a year later, we had an event on Sunday with the coffee truck. And so I was out running it, I think in downtown. And my wife called me, who's not emotional at all. Like my wife's like this, like I'm the roller coaster. I'm either like, or I'm like, I'm so depressed. I can't even see past 5 minutes.
She's
steady and stable, man. Just very never did. And we get in fights all the time. Cause I'm like, don't you feel happy we are?
She's like,
she's like, yeah, that's good. And then when I'm down on the dumps, I'm like, I think I'm gonna jump off a bridge. She's like, you need to chill out for a minute. Yeah. She's like, you're such a sissy. She's just calm and stable. She called me and I was on the truck. I was like, hey, what's up? And she's just crying, which is not like her. She does not cry. She goes, I can't do this anymore. I was like, yeah, understood. I said, just drive out the parking lot and we'll figure it out. Yeah. She was like, okay. And we did. And it's been a cool journey, man. Like I've met so many, like I just spoke at the staff for Cottage Hill Baptist Church. I spoke to their staff last week. Like Alan Floyd is amazing.
He's awesome.
And I didn't go to church there. And he's never asked me, like he doesn't care, but it was just so cool. And so he's just confident. You know what I mean? He's not like, I don't need Jeff to be one of my Cottage Hill. Like he doesn't care. He's like, dude, come speak to our staff.
Right.
So that was a cool opportunity. And I've had several other ministry opportunities that have been really awesome, but it was definitely a very painful that I don't talk. This is probably the first time I've ever talked about this publicly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't share this story and I'm trying to be very careful.
Well, and
it's painful, but that whole rise and fall of Mars Hill, bro, I felt that in my soul.
Yeah,
dude, it was a therapy session. I mean, it was brutal. Like I felt it.
And when people talk about church hurt, and things like that, I mean, it is real.
It is real.
It is real.
Yeah.
But it takes us really stepping back.
Yep.
And a lot of times, you say you stay there a year, a lot of times it's almost better just to go see you and leave.
Which may have been the better move. Honestly, everything's hindsight, right? So it might have been the better move. I just had such a heart. I didn't want to leave teenagers confused.
Right.
And I didn't want to be like, well, what happened to that freaking guy? You know what I mean? Like I tried my best to be like, no, dude, like it's all good. You can transition in a season and still be friends.
Yeah.
You can transition in a season and still do ministry together. Like, dude, I'm so stupid. I thought me and the senior guy could literally lead classes on how to do transitions in churches. Like that's how dumb I was. I thought we could go up to the ARC conference, with Chris Hodges and be like, dude, put us on a panel. We're going to show you guys how to do transitions and do it healthy. And
you should be able to.
Correct. But that's how stupid I was. I was like, bro, this transition is going to go so great. We're going to actually teach other churches how do you transition someone out of full-time ministry off your staff and still stay connected and still stay engaged.
Right.
I mean, dude, even when I quit, I offered to keep doing the youth thing for free.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll come up here and do this for free, dude. I love these kids. And he was like, nah, we're good. We got it handled. I was like, okay, well, just wanted to offer.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's pride or what, but a lot of times it's, and it's, a lot of times it happens in the smaller churches.
Sure.
But it is unfortunate that, that you can't a lot of times sit down with those either leaders or staff members and go, hey, I do want to transition out of this. This is, I'm looking to, because I still get people today that come up to me and they're like, hey, where are you preaching, Chris? Right. I'm like, I haven't preached in 8 years. Like, what are you talking about? I mean, I still like, I'm going to speak this month, like in Mississippi at a couple churches. And I speak from time to time to youth groups.
Yeah.
But
how did you transition out of ministry?
So
you've heard my whole cross story.
So we were,
I need my box of Kleenexes.
So we were in a season where we had 2 young kids. And my wife was like, and this will be the first time I've really shared this too. So
here's the real story. The real story. No one's going to make it this far, but man, they're going to wish they had.
That's like, you know how the YouTube viewer, it's just in a tank at this point. They're going to be like, they're talking about ministry.
Unless we start sharing clips, and then those clips are going to be hot. It's going to be, I'm going back.
We had 3 young kids. We had 2 young kids, and I was coaching 3 basketball teams for the church. I was doing youth ministry. Youth ministry does not happen during the day. It happens on the weekends and at night.
Yeah, football games, showing up,
and so
I was just schools. I
was just not home.
Yeah,
and I was giving so much of my time to the ministry. Sure. Even though we had seen that with other pastors and other ministers. I mean, all over the place. And we told ourselves, we'll never do that. We'll never, totally. I'll never forsake my
family for.
And I was doing it.
Yeah, totally.
And so
it's hard not to, though. And
it is because I'm one that if I see a need, I want to fill a need. It's like when I go on a mission trip, I tell people, I'm like, hey, if you don't know what to do, find a need, fill a need.
Yep, that's it.
And so it was just a rough time for our marriage, for the ministry. And so we made a decision to step out of ministry vocationally. And so we stepped out. But before I stepped out, I had a guy come to me and he said, hey, I think you need to buy this business. It's an inflatable company. And he had done it a couple of years. He finally made me a good deal. And so I did it before I stepped out. And
how did the transition go for you?
It was difficult.
Really?
Yeah, because the business didn't do really well.
Was it difficult from the church leadership side?
We didn't. Well,
I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. I don't mean how did it go financially? Like how did it go relationally? Like stepping out of that church.
Oh, we stepped out completely.
Like you left.
We left.
You're like, I'm not going to hang around.
Yeah.
So you didn't even want to hang around and just figure it out, or was it just weird?
We felt like it would be best to leave because of the position that I was in, and we didn't want to we didn't want to hurt anybody because they would. The goal would be is somebody else would step up in that position. Yeah. And there was a guy there that that really wanted the job.
Right.
We're still really good. We actually go to church together now.
And you didn't want them going, well, I wish Chris would just come back because I don't even like this guy.
Let me just ask Chris.
If Chris is gone, then I can't ask him. So this new guy.
So we just felt like it's best to leave. We're gonna leave the church. Yeah. And I have tons, like you, I have tons of pastor friends.
Sure.
And so I told my wife, I was like, look, we're just going to go support our friends.
That's cool.
And it was a great year in that respect.
Yeah.
That we were just able to go and like show up on a Sunday morning unannounced.
Dude, it's weird, right?
And
it's
be like,
weird.
And they're like, what are you doing here?
The first couple of Sundays are weird.
Like, well, I'm not a youth pastor anymore. But I'm here to support you.
It is weird to just show up and not have responsibility.
Yeah.
Like, dude, the Sundays were brutal, man. We were running.
We had early service at 8. Yeah. And then we had 10:30.
Yep.
I did all the media.
Yep.
So I was there earlier than that.
Sure. You're there at 7.
I was there doing all the media, setting up the sound a lot of times. Right. And then getting that ready.
Sure.
Printing things out that were needed to be printed out for Sunday schools and coordinating that. So Sundays were very, very busy. We did a discipleship training at 5.
Jeez.
Then we did Sunday night service at 6.
Day, man.
And then normally I would do something with the students after church.
Jeez.
And so it was just like you go home for 2 hours and you go back.
Toast. Yeah.
Yeah. And so then Monday is like. Monday you start again, go in the office, go to schools. And I was big in the schools. I was like that. Right. If I'm going to grow youth ministry, it's going to be where the youth are.
Wow.
And so I've always told somebody, other pastors, they're like, oh, I'm looking for a youth minister. I'm like, you need to find a teacher.
Yep.
Find somebody that's already in the schools.
Already in schools.
It's like they see them every day.
Yeah.
That's where they're at.
That's
8 hours a day.
Don't just put a sign on your building and say, oh, we'll get the kids up here. Like,
they're not going to come. No, go to them.
Yep.
And so, but it was weird. It was that couple years that we kind of floundered, didn't know where we are.
Sure. I've been there.
I I've
been in that process.
Helped interim at a church for a little bit, and then stepped out of that. And then we went to a church, and then we, recently, about 3 or 4 years ago, we went back to a church I went to as a teenager.
Yeah, that's
and we're involved there. So, but our kids are older now.
Dude, that's awesome.
Things are definitely a lot better as they've gotten older, and that as we've stepped out of ministry.
Sure. Yeah.
But one of the things that I've told my staff is, because they've asked the question too about me in ministry, is like, guys, we're still in ministry.
100%.
Like,
100%.
I calculated one year up. I said, guys, do you know how many churches that we've done events for this year?
Wow.
And they were like, a lot, because we delivered them all. I was like, yeah. I said, we did 27 the last 2 weeks. I said, you know how many people we've helped reach with those 27? I said, over 30,000 people.
Jeez.
I said, you can't deny that that's not ministry.
Totally.
I said, yeah, we're getting paid, but I got paid as a minister anyway.
Exactly.
I said, so just because you get paid doesn't mean it's not ministry.
Sure.
I said, we're still partnering with these churches, helping them reach, the communities for Jesus Christ. And so even though I'm not in vocational ministry, we're still in ministry.
It's full-time ministry.
It's full-time.
It's all full-time ministry.
I mean, I get texts. I'm sure you got texts today from people that you're ministering to.
It's all ministry.
Yeah.
It's all, that's what I tell people. I'm like, dude, vocational or not, it's all full-time.
Yeah.
Like, it's not and I feel like I've done more ministry now than I used to being full-time, paid by a church.
And I think that's where that guy eventually gets to with on the Sean Ryan show, where he talks about because Sean Ryan asks him a question, and he says, do you think pastors should be full-time?
Yep.
And he looks back in the scripture and looks at the disciples that had jobs, but they also did ministry.
Right. Yep.
And he's like, maybe not so much.
Yep. And it's so funny. Before that podcast even came out, you can verify this with a couple of, I got a couple of people you can ask. So Jeff ain't making this up because he saw a podcast. I literally said, man, I think churches should be, if you want to start a church or pastor church, unpaid pastors or part-time, they work full-time jobs, and your books are open on the internet always. So I could log into ABC Church right now and say, okay, the power bill was this bill was that. Oh, they bought from a food bank to give food supplies to someone. Oh, they did this. Oh, they did that. Like, I've been seeing this for years, and everyone's like, Jeff, I think you're off your rocker. And then that guy comes out, and I'm like, well, I had that idea. I was should have been Sean Ryan, Ted Gummit,
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that's the way, but it is a little more biblical. Like, dude, my pastor has a real job. Yeah. Like, he works a job, and he does our church for part-time. You know what I mean? Right. Like, and bro, I have not found a better teacher. Like, he is so freaking good. I'm like, dude, the teaching is unbelievable, Well, and at the end of the day, I mean, it's really, you can look back and go, you can mirror like our businesses, the churches, and go, like, did you see systems there? Right.
Did I see systems?
Yep.
And a lot of times it's back to that basic norm of, did they have systems in place to do the certain things that they need to do to be effective?
Which is what Hodges is, a monster on systems.
Monster.
I mean, the dude needs to go be a CEO.
Yeah.
Like, bro, the guy is, and I remember him saying, because I'd go to those art conferences back in the day, and he's like, you have to know and have systems. And I was like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
And now I look back on it, and I'm like, because he got it, dude. He understood it.
We only have so much time.
Correct. Yeah.
Like, we have 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we got to sleep at some point.
Got to have systems.
And we can't be everywhere all the time.
Yep.
And so,
got to have systems.
Having and maybe this helped you too, but having our second location 4 hours away. Put me in a place that I had to create more systems. I was forced.
Yes.
And people ask me, they're like, how do you do it? And I'm like, well, no, I mean, I'm just forced.
It's out of desperation. Yeah. It's not because you want to or had more spare time.
Yeah. It's not because I'm some genius.
If I can't figure this out, it's not going to work.
Right.
And then you figure it out with systems. And you're like, all right, now I got it.
Yeah.
Now we got it dialed in,
Right.
My swimming pool's a system.
Oh yeah.
Dude. So my next business is I'm going to sell courses online to teach people how to run their swimming pools. I swear to you. That's literally what I have it so dialed in. My promise is you will spend 10 minutes a week or less where I will refund the course and your pool will be spotless.
That's pretty good.
I'm like, buy the course.
Yeah.
So literally I've been talking
$39.99.
No, dude, I'm going to charge like $200 because my thing is, you would pay a pool guy $200 a month or whatever.
Easy.
So I'm like, the price of one month pool guy, and you implement my system, and if it doesn't work, email me. Refund.
All right.
Dude, I've been talking about this my wife told me that. She's like, when are you going to do that stupid? You've been talking about this for 5 years. I'm like, I know, but I had to talk about a coffee trailer for 5 years before I did it. Give me time.
Give me time. I'm going to do this.
Is Brandon even sitting out there? Brandon, Brandon, turn the cameras on. We're doing the pool store. Welcome to JustPoolSystem.com.
Banner rolled down. Just Pool.
But it's all a system. That's what I tell people. They're like, how does your pool look spotless all the time? Yeah. And I'm like, dude, it's not because
it's not green right now?
Dude, I'll FaceTime you. It's crystal clear. It's
pretty good.
Perfectly dialed in, crystal clear.
Salt,
but it's not chlorine. No, liquid chlorine. There's a whole. You think I went nerdy on the airplane?
Yeah.
You don't even want to have this conversation, dude. I'm so nerdy. But when we swim in it, it has 0 chlorine.
Really?
It's all based around cyanuric acid, and you have to understand what that does and how that works.
Oh wow.
AKA stabilizer.
Yeah.
I don't have any stabilizer in my pool, so the sun evaporates the chlorine. By the time we jump in the afternoons, 0 chlorine. And then when my pump kicks on at night, it puts the chlorine back in the pool, sanitizes, does the whole process over again. I'm a nerd.
So no eye burning.
0. Yeah. And I just dialed in my pH using CO2. I use the same system.
Brandon's laughing.
They use on that. Brandon, just save all this as B-roll for for when we fire up the next video, So so the CO2 is in the soda fountains.
Okay. Yeah.
So I have 3 CO2 tanks that infuse into my pool, so I don't have to use muriatic acid, which is really toxic and it'll burn your eyeballs. It'll burn your lungs.
Yeah.
So I've gotten away from that, and I use a food grade CO2 that goes into my pool and stabilizes my pH.
Wow.
Mix that with the chlorine, the liquid chlorine that only is there at night, phases out in the day. We jump in, dude. It's dialed in. So I'm going to sell a course that shows people how to dial your pool in. Like, that's my next business. So thanks for hanging out with us 4 hours later, guys. We got through our church trauma. We're good. Sign up for Jeffy'sPoolBusiness.com.
Come by Cottage Hill, buy your coffee,
and then get you a course. Buy coffee, get 10% off the pool course.
There you go.
But it's so easy, and no one understands it because no one knows what they're doing with pools. Like, it's just, they just pay a guy, and that guy.
When they just come dump stuff in.
Dump the crap in.
And then they go.
You're swimming in garbage. Like, it's gotten so bad, I will not even get in a public pool anymore. We were down, my buddy had a birthday in Cancun, did not get in the pool. I'm like, I can't do it. I know what's in that pool. Like, dude, we'll go to the Grand Hotel or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not getting in that. Like, I can't. Like, I'm so snobby now. I'm like, I ain't getting in that.
My pool's so much cleaner.
Because I can smell it from half a mile away. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, God, that's 10 particles per million chlorine. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Y'all have fun. Now, my kids, they're like, Dad,
is
screw your pool system. Yeah, they're jumping in. Yeah. Eyes are bloodshot and red, but they love going down that slide. And I'm like, good for y'all. I'm not getting in it. It's so crazy, though. I know I'm such a... Anyway.
That may have been more nerdy than anything I've ever heard.
I kept it non-nerdy. Because I'm going to deep dive down into pH, deep dive down into cyanuric acid, stabilizers.
Series.
It'll be a couple of parts. Because what I'll do is pool management for dummies. And like, you don't need to know all these numbers. You just know a few. You need to have a system, right? So on my phone right now, I use, see this app right here? It's called Water Guru. So look, I don't know if you can zoom up on that. Water Guru. I get a test every single day that pops at 5 a.m. I know exactly where my pool's at. So look at that. My pH is 7.3. My chlorine's at 1.
That's what it is this morning.
Yeah, this morning. That was 11 hours ago. At 5 a.m., that's what it popped. So I know where my pool's at every single day. And you look at historical graphs and stuff, but I don't need a lot of chlorine right now because my pool temperature is 67 degrees.
It's cold.
You really don't have to worry about it until you're over. Once you cross 70 degrees, that's when you got to get.
That's when that bacteria starts.
You got to get a little more dialed in.
Yeah.
But dude, it's nothing to it. I have a roll of Kim. Look, I'm giving away my course for free. You've made it 5 hours in this pot. I'll tell you everything I'm doing right now. You don't have to buy my course. But I have a roll of Kim liquid feeder that's digital, so I can dial it up and down depending on summer, winter, fall, wherever we're at. And you just watch her. You watch her Water Guru. I'm literally
fascinating. That's fascinating.
Yeah, but it's so easy. Yeah, I never go to I don't do anything. I empty the baskets.
And people think, and we don't own a pool, but people think that like it's much easier just to pay somebody.
Yeah, they do.
$200 a month. They're the $300 a month.
You got the money, pay them, but they're still not running it great. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like they're dumping crap. They're dumping crap in there. It's full of stabilizer. It's full of all this garbage you don't want to swim in. And you can do it. You can have a crystal clear pool that's so much cleaner and so much better. And Jeffy'sPoolSystem.com.
Jeffy? It has to be named Jeffy.
Jeffy's Pool System. They're going to be like, who's Jeffy?
Yeah.
Can you imagine getting a lawsuit with someone that, they're they're like, I'm suing Jeffy's Pool System, LLC, they're like,
this is not real.
The lawyer's going to be like, I'm not taking that case.
Good luck, guy.
Hope you get your money back.
Yeah.
What a mess.
Well, man, it's been great.
It's been fun, dude.
Yeah, it's been fun.
I need to hang out with your people, man. I know you got the meat guy. What's his name?
Joey Mason.
Yeah. I got to meet that guy. I've been told about several people. We got to get together. Shout out to the seafood guy.
Yes.
Who else do I need to meet in your ecosystem?
Like you already know Frankie. Yeah.
Frankie, dude. Frankie's awesome. Yeah. He's got me hooked up on.
Yeah.
We can't disclose. We can't disclose.
Is that hooked up on something?
I was looking at you like,
yeah.
We can't disclose. We'll make the announcement when we can't disclose.
Well, a lot of good things are happening for Yellowhammer Coffee.
We're thinking, and it's a hard time in coffee. I mean, like there was we were in Land Yap last week.
Yeah.
So a lot of local shops are struggling, which is why I encourage you, if you're watching, go to a local coffee shop, and if you're not sure who's local, just Google them. Like find out who owns it, where they live, where they're from. Like. I would highly encourage you. Try to.
You used to have people come to your house to get coffee.
I know, dude. Literally, we were talking about that, dude. I had a friend pull up. I was just gonna get my wife a frap. I'm like in my PJs, like
you're at your pool.
Yeah,
you're like dialing at your pool.
I'm like, hold on, I'm dealing with sulfuric acid right now. No, man, but I would definitely encourage try to support local as much as you can.
Yeah.
And coffee prices have gone up on the green market. And so we're just trying to figure out ways to still not raise the price for people. And that's where these big guys have us. They have us, right? Starbucks, their buying power is insane. 7 Brew, insane buying power.
Yeah, they're buying so much.
They're buying it's economies of scale, which is another thing I was telling Judah about. So we got into all kinds of things. But yeah, so it's tougher for us to buy in bulk, because when we can buy in bulk, we get better pricing, which is how these guys are able to still keep cranking, and so yeah, it's just harder for smaller guys, us included. So yeah, I just want to encourage everyone, just know your coffee shop as local as you can, because it really is a tough time for all coffee shops. And we're just so optimistic. I'm just like, dude, we're gonna figure it out. Like it's okay.
We will.
Like
we'll figure it out.
Through it. Like we're not scared. We're not worried. It is a businesses ebb and flow all the time.
Is.
You've seen it. Your cash flow ebbs and flows.
It goes up and down.
Your profits will ebb and flow. Your costs will ebb and flow. And so we've just tried to figure out other things that we can discount and not raise that price now, especially in the time with the government shutdown.
Right.
The SNAP program's ending, and so yeah.
And you still want to be the type you don't want to cut anything on the culture side.
Yeah, correct.
You want to make sure you have enough people. You want to make sure the people are right.
Yes.
You want to make sure the people are trained.
100%. I mean, we just gave raises like 2 weeks ago to the entire company. So in the middle of all of this, we're like, all right, let's double down. Let's give raises to every 105 people in the company. And let's just keep cranking and keep doing what we're doing. Because if we're not taking care of our team, they're not going to take care of our friends.
You're right.
Right. And so we have to, and they know that. And they're like, dude. So we gave raises and we're like, but be extra over the top with our friends that would choose to come and support us.
And so tell everybody, you say friends, you're not just talking about your friends.
Our customers.
It's your customers.
Yep. We don't call customers anymore.
Yeah.
If you're a customer of Yellowhammer Coffee, you are a friend.
Yeah.
And so it just sounds so much better too. Hey, did you guys get our friend in drive through 4 out there? Awesome. Instead of, hey, did you guys get number 3 out there? The customer Camry, number 3. Yeah.
That so black Camry out
it's
there.
Always, hey, friends. That was all internal stuff that we tried to redial in.
Yeah.
As we saw the, kind of the bigger companies coming to town. And we wanted to separate ourselves and compete even against those guys, you know? And so we just wanted to dial it in because I don't think they're dialed in. The guys in New York running spreadsheets have no idea what it feels like to be on the front lines and the verbiage to use and the culture, you know.
When you look at we talked about Chick-fil-A, they're a private company.
They're killing it.
I mean, you know, they don't have these.
They don't have the guys running. I mean, I'm sure they got guys running spreadsheets.
Yeah,
but it's not private equity, BlackRock funded. You know, crap.
Somebody in a different industry altogether. Just looking at the numbers.
Yep.
It's people who care about people.
Yeah. And they do, and they care about their culture. And they care about their people. And I've heard amazing stories from Chick-fil-A.
Well, and I think at the end of the day, yes, there are businesses that will hurt in recessions and will hurt in downtimes. But I think there's one business that will never hurt, and that's the service business. And if you can give good service, no matter what you're doing, if you're selling coffee, if you're renting inflatables and tents, if you can keep the service at a high level,
at a premium,
then your business will thrive.
Absolutely.
No matter what level the economy is.
It is crazy, man. And it does give us confidence, you know. And so I think you're 100% right, though. I mean, I really do. Yeah. Businesses will struggle and ebb and flow, and we will too. But man, we'll keep our service at the highest level we can bring it, you know? And so that is our, at the end of the day, that's our playbook. Yeah. So if you want to copy our playbook, there you go.
Yeah. You can look at it.
We read a book called, I'm giving away more secrets, but dude, we're 5 hours into this. No one's.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
So we're just talking to ourselves at this point. Unreasonable Hospitality.
Oh yeah. I've heard of that.
Dude, it's in my office in there.
Yeah.
And the guy is on point, like the best restaurant in the world. And this guy runs it on, we took so many nuggets out of that book and then incorporated it through our DNA.
Do you get your team members to read those books?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
You buy the books for them. And,
we buy the books and they read through the book. Like if you work here, we really want you to read Unreasonable Hospitality.
Yeah.
And then our managers read different books. So we've read The Advantage. We've read 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. We go
Patrick
through
Lencioni.
Lencioni. He's Lencioni fanatic.
He is.
And he's run through all the training. Like I've done it with my team. Like it's not fun for your whole team to tell you the thing they dislike about you the most.
Right. Yeah.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
And you're like but it's also so freeing. Because when they say it, you go, you're totally right. Like one of our I'll never forget years ago, someone was like, Jeff, you're always so negative. And I'm like, God. Well, she was right. Yeah. I was like, I am. So I'm purposely, because I'm just the Chicken Little. You know what I mean? Sky's always falling. We're going bankrupt tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. So she was right. And so I had to reframe my leadership to go, I really am a positive person, but I'm cautious.
Right.
I'm very cautious and I make slow decisions and I'm kind of, I'm super slow on that side because I just want to process it and think it. But I realized I was projecting a lot of negative energy. And so I was glad she told me that. And I wasn't mad. I was like, no, you're 100% right. Like I can be super negative leaning. Like I get on podcasts like this. I'm like, like I'm joking around.
Yeah.
But I understand what she was saying because she had seen me under tremendous amounts of stress. And so I appreciated her saying that because it helped me reframe my leadership to go, okay, let me show these guys the positive things I think as well that aren't just negative, And so
you book in the positive, negative, positive.
So, the little Oreo. We're sitting somewhere, Chris, you're doing a great job.
But
I wanted to let you know you're killing it. You're Oreo, dude. Yeah. It's so funny when someone Oreos. I'm like, dude, you're totally Oreo me. Just tell me what you got. You know what I mean? It's like you're wasting my time. Yeah, come on, just spit it out.
We can see this thing.
Oh, totally, 100%. Anybody on my team knows that now. They're like, you're just Oreo me. What's up?
Yeah. Cut to the chase, Jeff.
That's right.
Jeffy. Yeah.
Jeffy's business.com.
Yeah. We're going to keep plugging that. Yeah. It's going to be on the next story.
Yeah, you're just going to cut a clip. Jeffy's business.com.
Yeah. Have you dancing by the pool?
That's it.
Look at some acid or whatever.
Dude, I literally, part of this, I'm a psycho. Part of my system is I wanted to put my home address on the website.
Oh, for people to come to see you?
No. So that people could Google me from anywhere and keep checking the satellite image and see if they ever catch my pool green.
Oh,
and I was like, but I'm like, I'm a psycho, dude.
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
I was like, someone's gonna break in my, like, I can't do that obviously for security, but like I wanted, that's how confident. Like anytime
about like a rental house.
Yeah, just throw it out there, if someone's living there and someone pulls up in the driveway,
B&B or
that pool's there. Of course, like what?
Well, you couldn't do an Airbnb because then you'd have like Mike's pool course come and sabotage it.
We'll show this guy.
Yeah.
But I literally thought about that. I was like, man, I just want you to be able to see my pool. Like if you Google my house right now, Here, let's see if
All
I'm.
right, let me Google it.
Here, hold up. I'm not going to put it.
Yeah, don't.
Here,
we're not going to put your address.
Let's look it up real quick. Let's see. Watch it be green. And you know what? Delete everything I just said.
Yeah, sorry. Like, can you cut out everything?
Yeah, can you cut this, Brandon? Can you cut this and make it look?
We're gonna see if this pool is
right here
green. That's blue.
Don't know when that was taken. Don't know when this image was taken, but
that's blue.
It's not green.
It's not green. And I mean, most of the pools that I see right now are green. So.
Yeah. So, dude, part of the course is the easiest pool to keep up in the world is a pool that's already kept up.
Yeah.
Right. That's the easiest. All you're doing is subtle changes, very nuanced, right?
Like, it's got to be dedicated.
Yeah. The hardest pool is when it's green. You know what I mean? And mine's been green before. Like, we go out of town. This is before I was fully dialed in. We'd go out of town for a couple of weeks and come back in, and it's a swamp out there.
Yeah.
I mean, Shrek's out there bathing in it. And I'm like, oh God. So those are the hardest because you're dumping in all those chemicals, you're vacuuming it up, all that crap. Like, it's the easiest pool to keep up is a pool that's already kept up. And all you have to do is very subtle, just very, very subtle.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll get off of it. Don't worry about Jeffy's pool business. We'll do an announcement sometime.
Yeah.
If I ever get the time, Brandon, make me do this.
A couple years down the road.
Yeah. 5 more years, I'll still be. I've had this idea.
Well, it's been a pleasure,
man. Same, dude. It's been fun hanging out.
It's been a lot of fun. We'll link up, do some more stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's go fly, man.
You gotta fly some.
We'll get Vic in there.
Yeah, and
what are you gonna do if your engine quit? Don't do that, Vic. No, this is 16.
What are you gonna do if it turns upside down?
The wing's far.
Yeah, that's exactly. So the CFI that I was training with in Michigan, like, that's one of the first things he tells her. He's like, "Hey, you been upside down yet?" And she's like, "No." He's like, "You want to?"
Oh my gosh.
he's 65 years old, and he's just unbelievable pilot.
Like Vic told me something about what was it? An LOC VOR. It was like the RNAV was the same as the other approach, and I didn't understand it. I was like, and he drew it out on my little tablet.
Yeah.
And he goes, dude, it's the same approach, but like you can get lower on this one and still not be hitting your minimums. Like, in case you're stuck in the soup here, you do maybe it's a VOR. I can't remember, dude. I got it on my notebook in there.
Yeah.
But he tried to explain it to me, and I was like, I don't understand. This doesn't make sense. And he was saying he was landing in New Orleans when everyone else was shooting the RNAV and they couldn't get in. And he bombed down under this other approach, and then flew it in, but still never went below minimums. And anyway, a month later, it clicked in my brain. And I was like, oh yeah, it is the same approach. He just hit the minimums earlier because he was shooting another approach that it was just a different way to do it.
Right.
You know, and it all clicked. And I was like, he's a genius. But I wrestled with that for like a month. And then it finally all clicked. And I was like, now I understand. VOR maybe. VOR versus maybe the ILS. So the VOR, he got under quicker and then stayed and could see the runway and then landed. Whereas on the ILS, they were still in the soup, and then they hit minimums because still couldn't see it and had to go around. It's like he had a different method. It was something. Anyway, it all clicked for me. I was like,
a night pilot's going to watch this and be like, those guys are idiots.
Yeah, those guys are morons, dude. Moron. Don't do it.
What they're talking about.
You'll kill yourself. Don't try it. Do not try ever. And whoever that big guy is, don't do that either. Yeah, dude, it's been fun.
It has been fun. So, like, we hit the ground running. So, Chris Taylor with another podcast here with Jeffy Roberts. Jeffy's
full business.
Yeah. Another plug. How many plugs? I need Brandon to like do the little count thing. But man, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for allowing us to.
Yeah, man, it's been fun.
I guess this will be the first episode of what we'll call the Vault. The Vault series.
That'd be sweet.
So we'll do. We're gonna have some other guests in here.
I'll give you the code to get in here on Sunday. Yeah, no one else is in here. So
hopefully nobody comes bangs on the door and like,
they will.
Hey, can I get me a frappe? Take this Jones soda and run.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah. So, all right.
Yeah, it's been great.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Like and subscribe or whatever. Do whatever the thing is.
Do whatever you're gonna do.
If you're still here, you're a fan of one of us. You're probably a family member. So we'll see you later.
It's a great time.